Hi guys, let me know if you guys can hear me, see me, tell me if everything's okay. My name is Keem, also known as the Passport Abuser, and I have been to 50 countries by myself, completely solo, and I actually have a course called Travel Like a Boss, which teaches women how to travel the world without draining their bank account, and most importantly, how to master solo travel. And just be able to travel the world safely and confidently, and again, without draining their bank account. So guys, let me know here if you can hear me. Let me know if you can see me. Hi. So Dallas says hi. Michelle says hi. Okay, so you guys can hear me and see me? Hi. So somebody give me an all clear on the audio and video before I dive in. Yes, okay, so Tamika says she can hear me and see me. Hi, guys. Okay, let's get this party started, y'all. So, again, my name is Keem, also known as the Passport Abuser, and you guys can actually follow me on Instagram at the Passport Abuser. And yeah, I've been to 50 countries by myself as a female solo traveler, and I started traveling alone in 2015 after I just wanted to get off the hamster wheel of waiting on my friends. And I'm one of 6 kids, and I come from a small town in New Jersey, East Orange, New Jersey, and I just decided that I didn't want to let money hold me back from traveling the world, and I didn't want other people holding me back from traveling the world. So I had all of these things that I wanted to check off on my bucket list, and I wasn't able to do it because Simone can't get her car fixed in time, so she can't go. Or let's say like Tamika needs a babysitter, so she can't go. And I'm like, this has nothing to do with me. So I started Travel Like a Boss for women who want to learn how to travel the world. So thank you guys for having me today. Thank you to the Black Travel Summit. So if you guys are ready for this presentation, you guys can give me a hashtag ready, because I am going to teach you guys today how to travel the world for $100 or less. And I'm also going to show you guys why you don't need friends to go with you on vacation. And I'm also going to give you guys my #1 safety tool on how I've been able to travel the world and travel to 50 countries as a Black woman and remain completely safe. So if you guys are ready, you can just type hashtag ready. We got 30 minutes, and I'm telling y'all, after this, y'all life is not going to be the same. So if you guys have been sitting on the sidelines this whole time wanting to travel so bad, and you've had this epiphany since Corona that now after Corona's done, you're going to travel the world, well, I'm going to show you how to do it for $100 or less, okay? All right, I see a lot of hashtag ready. Dallas says hashtag ready. Emma, Alexandria, Tamika, oh my God, Elisa, Isabella. Okay, let's go, y'all, because I'm like the turn up queen. So let's get started. All right, guys. So I am going to share my screen for this presentation. Let's go. So guys, let me tell you who this webinar today is for. This webinar is for you if you are ready to stop waiting on your friends to travel, if you are tired of overspending on flights. And this webinar is also for you if the thought of a vacation totally excites you, but you just don't have a structured roadmap to follow, and you don't know where or how to begin your travel journey. Or maybe you want to make travel a part of your lifestyle for yourself and your children, but you're just not sure how to make traveling for a family actually affordable. So guys, if you are ready to learn how to master traveling the world safely, confidently, and without draining your bank account, then guys, this webinar is definitely for you. All right, guys, so in the next 45 minutes, well, you know what? I'm going to make this quick, 30 minutes. In the next 30 minutes, I'm going to show you guys how to travel the world safely with confidence, and most importantly, for $100 or less. So guys, let's do a quick roll call. So does this sound like you? Maybe you've been wondering, can I afford for me and my kids to travel around the world? Is it safe to travel abroad solo? If I go on vacation, who's going to take my pictures of me because I'm too shy to ask a stranger? Or maybe you've been wondering, will I be bored or lonely if I go on vacation, right? How will I find things to do, and how will I meet people? Or maybe this sounds like you. You're just sick and tired of waiting on your friends and listening to all their excuses about why they cannot travel with you. and you're honestly just ready to start traveling the world now, so that way you can actually cut out all the trial and error period stuff, and you can actually just start traveling like a pro from the beginning. Or maybe you want to give yourself and your children less material things and give them more experiences instead. And this is definitely me. Like, I'm not the girl who buys bags and shoes, but I am the girl who likes to take herself on vacation every single month. You know, my nieces and my nephews, I don't buy them Christmas gifts, but every year for their birthday, I take them to a different country. So maybe that's you. And the last one, you know, if you want to make travel a part of your self-care routine and lifestyle, then maybe that's you, right? And so, guys, let's dig into the first tip that I'm going to give you guys today, as promised, which is how you can literally travel the world for $100 or less. So let's get into these flights. So, guys, let's talk about the biggest misconception when it comes to flights. Most people think that you either have to be a baller's wife or a video vixen or have rich parents to go on vacation every month or every other month. And another big misconception is that most people just generally believe that it's just too expensive to travel, right? But guys, the result of buying into that misconception is that you convince yourself that money is actually a barrier between you and your kids actually seeing the world. So mentally, you're already defeated because you've bought into that misconception already. And guys, let me tell you what's at stake when you guys actually go down this path. You're going to continuously defer seeing the world, right? Because you've bought into that misconception. So because you think it's too expensive, you're going to keep deferring it, right? And what happens is you don't get to see much of the world, and neither do your children. And so let me tell you what happens when you don't fix this big misconception. When you don't fix this, you are going to stay on the wheel of mediocrity. And when I say mediocrity, you're going to stay on that hamster wheel of, we only get to go on vacation once a year. And because of that, you're going to keep overspending on flights, because if you go on the internet and you see a flight for $1,000, you're going to be like, oh, well, I guess that's how much it costs. These flights are always so expensive. You already bought into the idea that you can't afford the flight, right? So when you see the flight for $1,000, you're just going to buy it because it's your general belief that this is expensive. And if you guys keep overspending on flights, you're not going to be able to vacation as often. If you're not able to vacation as often, you see less of the world. And then you exhaust your finances ultimately. So guys, let me introduce you to your new reality when you learn how to travel like a true boss. When you learn to travel like a boss, you guys are going to travel the world for less than what you spend on groceries each month. And most importantly, for less than $100, right? So guys, let me introduce you to how I do things in my program. So I have cha-ching methods, and the reason why I call them cha-ching methods is because whenever I save money in my head, all I hear is like cha-ching. It's like a little cash register goes off in my head. And so for the purpose of this 30-minute masterclass, I'm going to give you guys one cha-ching method, but in the full version of my course, there are actually 13 different cha-ching methods. So guys, the first thing that I want to do when I want to travel the world for $100 or less is that I go on skyscanner.com. And so guys, I'm super big on actual doing video tutorials. So I'm going to bring this to you guys live so we can do it together. Okay? Got it. So let's dig in. All right. So you guys are going to go to skyscanner.com, right? And so you're going to go here where it says from. If you are from London, you just type London here. If you're from Paris, Sydney, Australia, if you are from Houston, Miami, it doesn't matter. Wherever you're from, just put in your departure city, right? So for me, I'm from New Jersey, so I'm going to go here to Skyscanner and I'm going to put in New York. And where it says to, we're going to click that little button that says everywhere. And so essentially what we're doing is we are saying, hey, Skyscanner, tell me everywhere on the planet Earth that I can go to, all 196 countries and all territories. Tell me everywhere in this world that I can go to from where I already am right now. And what is the cheapest month to get there? And then we let the magic happen, right, guys? And so let me show you what happens. So guys, these are all the countries that you can get to for under $100. So let's say Canada's one. We're gonna skip Puerto Rico because that doesn't count. Canada's one, Mexico is two, El Salvador three, Guatemala four, France five, six is Costa Rica, seven Dominican Republic, eight is Netherlands, and nine is Nicaragua, 10 is Cuba, 11, 12, 13, 14 is Haiti. So as you guys can see, there are at least 14 different countries that you can get to right now for under $100. So when I tell people, hey, I'm going to show you how you can travel the world without draining your bank account, I absolutely mean it. So right now from New York City, there are 14 different countries that I can get to for less than what I'd spend in New York on a mediocre meal and 2 drinks. So guys, literally, there is a cheaper way. If there are 14 countries that you can get to right now for under $100, that means that you can treat yourself to a vacation every single month. And that's it, right? And most people know about Skyscanner, but they don't know how to optimize search engines to make them do what you want them to do, right? And so guys, let's say you are tuning in from Paris, right? Because this doesn't just work for one place, it works for all. And so guys, these are all the countries that you can get to for under $100 right here. So guys, literally, if you see me on vacation every month, the passport abuser, it's not because I have all this money. It's just because I know how to outsmart the algorithms of airlines to make them do what I want them to do, so that way I can do what I want to do, right? So guys, I'll give you another tip on how to use this. So let's say I have a client who is from Providence, Rhode Island, right? Providence, Rhode Island is small. So you see, they have no countries for under $100. So what I said to my client was, okay, where is the nearest major airport? And she said, okay, nearest major airport is Boston. It's a 40-minute drive. So I said, okay, let's take a 40-minute drive to Boston. And as you guys can see, here are all her countries under $100. All she has to do is take a 40-minute ride. So guys, when I say that I teach people for a living, I teach people how to travel the world without draining their bank account, I really mean every last word of that. That's what I do. So guys, let's move on to the next tip in this free masterclass. Pictures, right? Let's move on to pictures and let's discuss that. So guys, the biggest misconception is that people think that if they go on vacation alone, they're not going to have anyone to take pictures of them. And most importantly, besides the pictures, most people think that if they go on vacation alone, that they're going to be bored and they're not going to be able to meet other people. That is like the biggest misconception that I've heard. And so guys, let me tell you what's at stake when you guys buy into this misconception. When you guys buy into this misconception, you never start traveling the world because you're still waiting on other people to do it. And you never actually take the time to start looking at, hey, what resources are out here for me to actually live my life without waiting on Tamika and them, you know? And so guys, let me tell you what happens when you don't fix this. When you don't fix this, what ends up happening is that you keep deferring your solo travel journey while life passes you by. And you're going to end up watching everybody else live their #best life while you still stuck because you're buying into so many misconceptions that are holding you back from living a life that is colorful and amazing. And so guys, let me tell you what your new reality is like when you guys learn to travel like a boss. So when you guys learn to travel like a boss, you guys are going to learn how to go on vacation and get the most Instagrammable pictures that makes everyone watching super inspired by your travels. And most importantly, you get to walk away with photos that capture the best moments from your life. And at the same time, you get to meet other people in a safe way. So let me show you what that's like. So guys, how I do this is the Airbnb photo walk. A lot of people go on my Instagram page, The Passport Abuser, and they're like, oh my God, you travel to 50 countries by yourself and you get all these amazing pictures. And I'm like, yeah, girl, I don't carry a camera. I don't do that. I go on Airbnb and get a photographer. I hire one. So guys, literally, most people think that Airbnb is just for if you need somewhere to stay on vacation. But Airbnb also has what's called experiences that you can actually purchase. And one of the experiences that I often purchase is a photo walk or a photo experience. And so, guys, you don't have to worry about going on vacation and not getting good pictures of you. You don't have to worry about going on vacation and not being able to meet other people in a safe way, because Airbnb facilitates everything for you. Most people also, just like most people don't know how to optimize search engines, most people don't even know how to optimize these apps to get them to kind of do what they want them to do. And so, guys, by purchasing an Airbnb photo walk, you get a professional photographer in like almost every country. And then you also get high resolution photos, which is great content for your page. And most importantly, you don't have to walk up to a stranger and ask them to take your photo. And you don't have to worry about going places, not getting good photos of yourself, and not knowing how to really meet other people. So, guys, I'm going to show you what this looks like here. So as you guys can see, when you go on Airbnb.com, instead of putting in stays, you're going to put your city, and then you're going to put in experiences, right? And so as you guys can see, I put up Paris, France, and I typed experiences, and they're all here. There's so much to do that you don't need to wait on your friends, because it's going to be a lot for you to do when you get where you're going, right? And so as you guys can see, there's arts and entertainment, there's classes and workshops, food and drink, health and wellness, history stuff, all types of things, right? And so I'm just kind of gonna like scroll down so you guys can see all the experiences. But guys, it's so simple. If you want to travel the world, you can do it for cheap, you can do it for fun, and you can do it safe by yourself. So here it is, book a Parisian photographer. This is $105. It's 1.5 hours. You can bring like 3 different changes of clothes, and you can ask them to take you to like 3 different locations, so you get a few pictures in. But guys, literally it says you can do like, here's another one, film style photographer. This one is $87. Or maybe while you're in Paris, you might want to do a cooking class, and that's $47, right? Or maybe you might want to like, I don't know, go for a wine and cheese tasting for $69. And here's another photo shoot again. Or maybe you might want to go to the Louvre for a walking museum. Or it says here, private boat on the sea and river for $115. Guys, it's so much to do. Like, trust me, I've been to 50 countries. I'm never bored on vacation, okay? And most people are afraid to do things on vacation, but they don't actually know that there's so much to do out here. You're not the only person who's traveling alone. And I travel alone everywhere. And when you go through Airbnb for your experiences, they're safe. And then you meet other women or men who are there by themselves too. And then you guys make friends. And if you go visit, I met a friend, she was in Australia. She was from Australia, but I met her on a tour in France, and we became friends. And when I went to Sydney, we met up again because I was in Sydney. So guys, trust me, you can travel the world without draining your bank account, and you don't have to wait on anybody to be able to have these experiences for you. So I just want to be able to show you guys what that actually looks like. So now the next one that I'm going to get into is safety. Very, very big, because most people seem to think that it's just too unsafe to travel the world. So let's get into the biggest misconception around safety. Most people think that it's just too unsafe to travel the world alone, so they just shouldn't do it. And then they allow their friends and family to convince them not to explore the world either, right? So if you're not being left behind, by your broke friends, then the next thing is everybody's telling you like, well, you shouldn't go. Why I shouldn't go? Because you don't got the money? Like, why shouldn't I actually see the world? Like, theoretically tell me why this doesn't make sense for me to have all these experiences. I'll wait. And let me tell you what the result of that is. The result of that is if you buy into these misconceptions, you're going to allow other people's fear to be projected onto you, and you're never, ever going to fulfill your birthright to exercise your freedom and see how beautiful this world really is. I mean, I've been to 50 countries. I've been to the Seychelles. I've been to the Maldives. I've been to Mozambique. I've been to Nelson Mandela's house. I've been to the Taj Mahal. I've been to Machu Picchu. I've been to the pyramids of Giza. I've walked the Areno volcano in Costa Rica. I sponsored 4 children in Zambia. I have had so many amazing experiences. I skydived in Australia, and my mom was like so upset. So guys, literally, you can do anything that you want. Ultimately, when your life is over and you're breathing your last breath, the only one who is responsible for you being able to fulfill all of the experiences that you would have wanted to do while you were on this earth plane is you. Nobody else. So I just made the commitment to myself that, okay, I'm traveling and I'm going to learn everything I need to learn, and I'm not letting anybody stop me. But guys, if you continue to buy into this misconception, the worst case scenario is that you are going to remain stagnant and you're going to rob yourself. And if you have kids, you're going to rob them too of having a life that is full of amazing experiences that create a legacy and set a standard of living for yourself and your children for generations to come. And what I mean by that on a deeper level is, I'm a Black girl, one of 6 kids from the hood, and I've made it to Forbes before the age of 35. And it's all because Forbes says, I don't say, but it's all because I have traveled the world by myself, and people could not believe it, you know? And so guys, do what it is that you want to do. My parents, they never took us on like vacations because it was 6 of us. We couldn't afford that, right? But now that I've traveled the world, my nephew, he's 13. He's been with me to Paris. He's been with me to London. He's been with me to Switzerland. He's been with me to the Bahamas. And he said to me, well, for my 13th birthday, I would like to go back to London. And I like when we go to the Tate Modern because I like the Andy Warhol exhibit and I like the Picasso painting. So for my 13th birthday, I would like to go back to London. That's just where I want to be. And when I was 13, I didn't think like that because I had never had those experiences. So the fact that Malachi, my nephew, is able to actually tell me which country he wants to be in, you know, things like that, I know that I've set a certain standard for him. He's not thinking about being on a corner or anything. He has a completely different vision for himself because of what I've been able to show him. And then he'll be able to show his children and so on and so forth. So guys, don't buy into any of these limiting beliefs. Trust me, there is an easier way. There's a better way. I know that my time is almost up here. This webinar is 30 minutes. The full version of my course is actually 6 weeks long. So I'm hoping that you guys will join me for that. And so guys, I'm going to give you this last tip. When you guys learn to travel like a boss, you guys are going to learn how to utilize my #1 safety tool when traveling abroad. And you guys are also going to learn how to build a very detailed itinerary as well. So let's dig into the safety. So I want to introduce to you guys the Smart Traveler Enrollment Program, right? So the Smart Traveler Enrollment Program is actually a free service, y'all. I mean, free 99, free. It's free for all U.S. citizens traveling abroad to enroll with the local U.S. embassy at every single country that they visit. So when people want to know, well, how is she traveling the world by herself like this? It's just because I know about all these resources that are out there for us to really make this happen, right? And so every single country that I go to, I'm already in touch with the local U.S. embassy in Botswana or in Zambia or in Mozambique or in India or Australia, or when I went to Fiji, I'm already in contact with the U.S. embassy there because I've enrolled in this Smart Traveler Enrollment Program. And so guys, when you enroll in the Smart Traveler Enrollment Program, you want to make sure that you're sending them a copy of your itinerary. So that way, not only does the U.S. Embassy know that you're actually there, but the U.S. Embassy also knows every single thing you're doing while you're in that country. So guys, this is my itinerary from Zambia. So as you can see, I let the U.S. Embassy know that I was flying in from Johannesburg. When I arrived at the airport, called Patrick the driver. I gave them Patrick the driver's WhatsApp number. I also have the Marriott Protea Hotel It says here my tour company for the elephant encounter is Wild Horizons. The U.S. Embassy in Zambia knows that the tour is actually located in Zimbabwe, so Patrick is going to drop me at the border. They also know the website to Wild Horizons. And guys, if you look at the bottom, I even give the Wild Horizons WhatsApp number, so it's there. And the person who's actually receiving me when Patrick drops me off, I give them his name. So guys, it's so much. I know that we only have 5 minutes left, so I can't really continue. But guys, it's so much that you can do. Like, you guys see how detailed this itinerary is so far. U.S. Embassy knows what flight I'm on. They know who's picking me up from the airport. They got the driver's WhatsApp number. They got the hotel that I'm staying at. They got the tour company. They got the tour company's name. They have the tour company's WhatsApp number. They have the tour guide from the tour company. They even have his personal email address. So guys, this itinerary is actually like 6 pages long, but you guys get the point, right? So if you guys are scared about traveling abroad, you guys just need to know which resources are actually out there for you to be able to do. So guys, this is how you can find me here. This is my Instagram, The Passport Abuser. Guys, feel free to follow me. If you guys want to look me up, I've been published before in Forbes and in Essence as well. Here's an article from me being featured in Forbes. So definitely feel free to reach out to me at any time. I am going to stop my screen share and just kind of come back for questions. Okay, Dominique says, amazing content. I didn't realize I already follow you on IG. Alicia says, this is such good info. Tamika says, noted. Sharana says, great information. Ziva says, what's your website? My website is Travel Like a Boss. Boss is spelled B-A-W-S-E. Rhonda says, please leave your information. I don't see how I can respond to a chat from you guys. So if you follow me on The Passport Abuser on Instagram, you can just sign up for the course there. Let's see. Rhonda says, please leave your information. Tamika says that part. Jean Vase, I hope I said that right. Excellent tips. Thank you. D. Marie says, this is amazing. Let me see. What's your IG? My IG is The Passport Abuser. Alicia says, took a solo trip to Bali last year, hired an Airbnb photographer. Oh God, the comments are coming too fast. Let me see. They keep changing. Solo travel is a must. Let me see. Let me see. The comments are coming really fast. Let's see. Where can you find more info on the photo walks? I'm a photographer and it seems interesting. On Airbnb. Yes, okay, so she just put my Instagram. What's your favorite country you've been to? So the thing about me is traveling also helps me as far as like with coping with stress. So I can't really say that I have a favorite country because in every country I learned something different about myself. I learned to be more accountable when you travel solo. You learn to trust yourself. It's so many things that come along with that. So I would just say that any self-sabotaging thoughts, I was able to leave them and unpack in one country, and all the things that I identified about myself that I liked, I decided to build upon that and take it with me to the next country and start over there. So thank you guys so much for having me. I'm so sorry. I tried to get in as much info as I could in this 30 minutes. Follow me on Instagram at The Passport Abuser. Thank you so much, guys, for having me.